Hey everybody. I guess I should say hello. Nobody, because nobody's there. So hey YouTubers, people who watch YouTube and whatnot. So I've wanted to start a channel to talk about random things. And then every time I turn the camera on, well, one, I don't know which way to look because I don't. It seems like I would look right there, but that seems kind of weird. And then it's distracting because I can see myself, so I start talking to myself, and it's hard not to fix my hair. I need a haircut. So, I don't really have a story. I should be doing something else, which is why I stopped to do this, because I'm not comfortable doing this. I have all these ideas until it starts rolling, and then it's nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's like I never had an idea at all. But I think it's really cool to have stuff, just content up on YouTube. Sometimes just talking about random things. Yeah, even if this is terrible, and this is pretty terrible, at least I'm starting. So it's not like there's anybody watching. So I've been working on an idea about a promise. It's not really so much a promise between people as it is of a conversation with God about promises, and will he keep his, and has he been keeping his? Because I tend to have a big problem with God and his timing on a lot of things. And you go to church and the answer is Jesus. No one ever talks about the doubt they feel, unless they're like full-blown agnostic or atheist, and that's a whole nother thing. And I ain't mad at them for anything. I just think it would be helpful if people were more honest, believers-wise, about their doubts. And so I don't really have words. So it turns into, I know what it turns into. I just can't write it yet. It turns into this dialogue between the two of us when really it's me that hasn't been keeping my end of the deal. And you know, that kind of thing, it's in every relationship. It's in all of them. Where you get so caught up in wondering if people are going to keep their end of the deal, or you get so stuck on what people did wrong that you forget what they've done right, and you also neglect to look at your own self and shortcomings and promises that you haven't kept. And it's the lyrics that I can hear so far are like, yeah, I know you say that a lot. But will you keep your promise or not? So I feel like the first verse is going to be this questioning, and I'll probably write it in a way where it's relational, and not just a conversation between myself and God, which is fine, but a conversation between people. It's a big one with couples, when you get so focused on what you think someone's doing to you, and then you start feeding into that and reacting to those perceived slights, and you wind up creating the very situation that you don't want. And it's all in my head. The story, well, it's a lot of spit that just went out. The story's in my head, at least, but the words don't come like they used to. I also don't sit down and just write and play for hours like I used to. So I think the muse or the creative force or whatever it is that comes to you, it feels very outside of me. It comes through my filter. And sometimes it comes from within with hurt feelings and stuff, but it also kind of, it just feels like it's something that comes through me. And if you don't sit down and let that happen, then, well, it doesn't happen. So I'll just kind of la 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 over the melody and do it one more time. See you running away, and I know you're taking love. You see you're running away, baby. Can you keep your promise or not? And then you know, and I know you say this a lot. You say you're running away, baby. Will you keep your promise or not? You say you're away, you find your way, are you away, la 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 la. Are you away, are you away, are you away, oh, oh, oh. You say you're running away, baby. Will you keep your promise or not? So, this is my first YouTube video. It's pretty bad, but it's a start, and it's better to start than to stay up in my head. So, there, ha. And we'll see how this song goes, and maybe we'll talk again, which I don't know who we are because there's no one here. But once I figure out Hangouts or whatever, I don't know, maybe some people will come over. It'd be fun to do songwriting It would be fun to do little songwriting powwows with people. I don't know. But anyway, have a good one.